Like a flower underground, like a flower from underground.
You live in a different world.
What's good, YouTube? Phobia here, and welcome back to another video. Alright, in this video I wanted to talk about an anime that I've been watching as of like the spring season of anime that's came out recently. It's called Tomodachi Game, and I ain't gonna lie, as of episode 1, it's really caught me in my interest. Like, I really want to like get more into the story. Like, as of like the episodes that go by and the chapters go by, it's really interesting. I really do like the characters so far. I like how everything else is fleshed out, the story arcs and all. So basically, to summarize the plot of Tomodachi Game, a group of 5 friends in this class are pretty much trying to come up with money for their school trip. I think it's like their field trip for like their senior year, I believe. And they're trying to come up with 20 million yen. And somehow, some way, all 5 of them end up getting like kidnapped by this organization, which is the Tomodachi Game. They basically all share a debt of 20 million, which is the same as the money that they're trying to get for the field trip, to save up for the field trip basically. And people are trying to figure out like who stole the money, like why did they have to get kidnapped for all this, why they're making them play these games in this organization. That pretty much basically sums up the plot. Everything else you pretty much like have to like find out or like discover like what's going on, what's the secrets behind Tomodachi, who actually stole the money, are these people like even friends? Because it doesn't, like, it seems like it at times, pretty much most of the time it seems like they're ready to like snake each other out, or like they're not friends at all. Like, more people seem controlling than the other, really manipulative, like a lot of manipulative stuff going on. It's like really interesting. It's not like many other shonen out where it's just like people like achieving their goals, trying to get into fights and stuff. This one's really just a battle of wits and who can manipulate who better, like who does it the best. And speaking of manipulation, I wanted to get into the main character, who is Yuichi Katagiri, and he is a nutcase, if I was to say. He is so insane, pretty much manic at some points, and as a character, really, like, I've really fallen in love with him, like, as of like episodes 1 and 2, because you can see how he communicates along with other characters in the series, see how he can make his connections with them, whether it's through manipulation or sheer encouragement, and you can see how it makes sense, and he does it so easily and fluently, you know, and that's why I like him off the bat. Yuichi is just one of those MCs that's like, that pretty much gets what he wants, but with this point, he pretty much has a legitimate reason. He needs to find out the secrets behind the Tomodachi Game, and who's really behind the whole organization. Is everything like set up to get to Yuichi? Because apparently he has his own dark past of himself that he's trying to cover away from his friends, so his friends won't turn on him. And even though sometimes it does seem like it does, he ends up like encouraging them, like not saying that that's not his past or anything. He's saying like it's a very like gaslighting sort of way, like manipulative type of way that he can get people on his side. And seeing it work out so well makes me like pretty much made me fall in love with Yuichi as a character, of course, like in that sort of way. Other than Yuichi, there's a few other characters to look out for. I'd say Sawawagi. After several episodes into the anime, we don't see her for a while. It feels like she's obviously plotting something. She's one of the females in the friend group. Mikasa Tenji, who pretty much started off suspicious as hell, like you could tell from the beginning, and then later on in the episodes you see that he's like very cooperative, but you don't 100% know yet because everyone at this point is just suspicious as hell. It's very interesting. Like, it gets me a little excited to see like, oh, who is actually who, because the face that they're putting up isn't really who they seem. Even like the innocent girl, I forgot her name, she was a short girl who's like talk way too fucking much, but she's alright sometimes. Another character, she doesn't really like show up that much. Her name's Tsukino, I believe. I think it's Tsukino. She's one of the like the game heads of Tomodachi. She's the one that's watching over them, and she pretty much has the know-it-all on pretty much every character, but she keeps her eyes on Yuichi because he's a special case. That's pretty much what I like about her and Yuichi. I like the dynamic that they have against each other. There's other students in the Tomodachi game besides the 5 friends, and I believe when I was reading a manga, they like elevate to this adult Tomodachi game, and I don't really know much about it. I just know that it exists. Like, it's something that happens when you get into like a crazy debt, like this crazy debt that just seems like it's impossible to like pay off, and it's called the adult Tomodachi game. So when I get back into the manga, I'll be catching up to that. I currently stopped at like chapter 35. I finished the trial arc. That was really interesting, the way Tenji pulled that off, and then the way Yuichi came in the end and pulled that off. I don't want to try to spoil anything in a manga, especially since it's not animated. I really want you guys to like read or watch like Tomodachi game, to be honest. And comparing manga to anime, I really highly recommend you read the manga. Like, one, the art is good. The story arcs are fleshed out perfectly. The chapters do seem pretty long, but it's worth the read because you're reading it and you're like, you pretty much understanding everything that's going on with the situation, the arc, the debts, and the characters. Everything, all the dialogue is perfectly fleshed out compared to the anime. The anime isn't bad, but I feel like it wasn't adapted to the best of its ability, as I'd say. Some of the episodes seem really rushed. I do believe one of them, like one episode has like 6 chapters worth of content in it, and that's not like a good adaptation. Things happen really fast. Some things get left out, but the anime is a good way to start like the manga, to be honest. I'd say like watch 6 to 7 episodes in the anime, then get into the manga wherever it leads off. And also, Tomodachi is actually a good starter anime for people that don't really watch anime. It's not like the cliche, oh, that fight is good, those guys are fighting. It's not like that. It's a battle of wits. It's a like strategic characters, like intelligent people going on. There's a lot of like info being passed around. It's very interesting, very suspenseful, if I could say so myself. That's really how I feel about it. I would encourage like you guys to like go read Tomodachi game. I'm pretty sure it's like no less than 100 chapters out. I'm not exactly sure how many's out, but I know it's more than 100. And that's pretty much it for how I feel about it. As of right now, since there are only 12 episodes, I could rate it a good 9 out of 10. Like the anime, like anime wise, combining that with the manga, I'd give it a good 9 out of 10. I do recommend you guys to read or at least watch Tomodachi game. And if you guys want me to cover other new animes or new manga that's out, please let me know in the comment section. If you do enjoy this video, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in another one.